Hi there, my name is Malcolm Wilkson, and welcome to Millennial Meals, a place where we show you how to make delicious meals and treats right in your own home. So on today's episode, I just want to keep it really simple, so nothing too crazy. So today, we're going to be smoking cheese and salt. Let's get smoking.
So for equipment, you're going to want wood pellets. So this is going to be the wood that we're going to be using to give our food that smoky flavor. A smoking cube to hold our pellets. A little bit of a paper towel, maybe like about half a sheet that we'll put inside the cube after when we doused the paper towel in oil. A lighter to help light the paper towel that we doused in a little bit of oil. A smoker to hold our cube and our cheeses and salts. For ingredients, you're going to want to use kosher salt. You can use others, but for this instance, I'm going to be using kosher salt, coarse grain. And for the cheeses, I'm using 2 blocks of cheddar cheese and 2 blocks of pepper jack cheese.
Alright, so one of the first things we're going to want to do is we want to fill up our smoke tube with our pellets. And then what we're going to do is we're going to douse a little bit of a paper towel in oil, stuff it at the top, and light it. And we're going to let that cook for about 5 minutes. So for right now, I'm going to fill this little smoke tube with some pellets.
So after when we have our wood pellets inside our cube, we're going to then take the paper towel that we have, a little half sheet, and dunk a little bit of it in the oil. Don't dunk as much as I did, just a little bit. Then once you've dunked it, now put it inside your cube and now light that paper towel and let it sit for about 5 minutes until it starts smoking pretty nicely.
Next, what I'm going to do is, now that I got the smoke tube ready, I'm going to put some of my salt onto my tray. So what I'm basically using is, I'm just using a regular like aluminum pan type thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to coat what salt I have onto the pan. What I should mention is I'm using kosher salt, coarse. This really absorbs the smoke flavor pretty nicely. So make sure that when you're doing yours, you add, or you make it sure that it's coarse kosher salts. Alright, so when you have your smoking tube, you want to make sure you want to put it on the left-hand side and rest it on the wedgie, so in that way the smoke is going to waft over all of our food. That said, let's start letting this thing smoke. So it's been about 4 hours since I've put the cheese and the salt in. As you can see, a lot of smoke's coming up. So basically what we're doing here, we're just cold smoking. We're just getting the little cube right here, filling with pellets, and then just smoking basically the food that we got in here. So right now I'm going to take off the cheese, but I'm going to leave the salt in here to soak up as much smoke as possible. And then I'm going to show you guys what you should do with your cheese after you just cold smoke it. Now we're done. You can see the white kosher salt that I had originally now has this nice orangish tone to it because it has all that nice, unique, smoky flavor. And with my cheese as well, you can see the cheddar has this darker tone to it as well because, again, we added that nice smoky flavor to it. With that said, this is how you make smoked salt and smoked cheese. Y'all stay safe and have a good one.